Hi guys, and welcome to the Masterwoodsman series part 2 on navigation. In this one we're going to talk about using electronic devices. Now for the vast majority of you who don't have experiences with compasses and maps and things like that, this is your compass, this is your map. This is what you use to track and navigate with. How you found the location of the park, how you found the parking area, how you found to get here, etc. I understand that. And it would be rather foolish of me to leave it out of the discussion. What are the advantages of electronic means? One, you get aerial views where you can look straight down on your target. It's like Google Earth is a satellite looking down to see those details that you cannot see because that ridge line's in the way or those dense trees are in the way. I get that. Many parks and things have their maps for all their trails put onto sites and stuff just for you to follow along with. Works great. Trying to find something that's interesting out there in the wilderness that you found on a Google map thing, this thing will help give you coordinates for you to find it by telling the phone to go to that coordinates, and it will lead you there and leave waypoints for you to come back. Absolutely fantastic. However, what is the weaknesses of this system? One, if it breaks, you ain't got nothing. Two, if the battery dies, you ain't got nothing. I'll carry a charging cube. That will work at time. What happens when that charging cube runs out? What if I don't have a signal? So it is a oracle of knowledge that'll help guide us and put us where we want to go. But its weakness is a lack of power. So we have to go beyond that weakness to utilize this. So, just like in the old 1943 Boy Scout manual, you have to be a map maker. I want to take this and I want to do screenshots. Can you do that with your phone? Do you have an app for that? Where I can do screenshots of the entire trail in sections. So I see from A to B, screenshot it. B to C, screenshot it. C to D, screenshot. Hey, I can do that on my lunch at work, right? Before I ever go out. Now if I lose signal, I can look at the pictures and understand what I'm supposed to be seeing here on the ground, right? I can also do a Google Map picture, save that picture, and I've got it. But that still doesn't apply if I run out of power. We're dealing with loss of signal right now. So from loss of signal, I'll at least have visual references that I can go back and look for. If you're going to do nothing else, do that. So that you can have some hard copy to go look at and help you navigate back out of here should you lose signal in there. Okay? Now, the next step. How do I deal with loss of power? Well, I can carry that charging cube that I will be able to recharge from time to time. And this is an honest question you have to answer. How many times during the day do I have to plug this thing in or it's about to go dead? You know, one of the marketing ploys that the manufacturers do is they make the batteries decay quickly so that you'll get frustrated and buy a new phone. So if you're having to plug your phone up 6-7 times a day, you ain't going to take you long to deplete that cube, especially if you're going to do a week-long camp out, a week-long hike. So we need to fall back onto that. No power. Okay? So what can I do if I have no power? Can I do screenshots? Yes, Blackie, I can do screenshots. Can I then take those and print them out on a printer? So I got a hard copy I can carry in my pack to see? Now you're talking. Now when this wonder of technology dies, I got a map. Right there, I'm between C and D, and it shows on the map the picture I was looking at on here. Okay, it's 2 trails up and I turn right, or the lake is down to the left of me, and etc. So if you're going to use this as your navigation tool, your primary, you need the backups. I need an extra power source, and I need a hard copy. Put it in your pack. Put it in a Ziploc bag, fold it up the pages in the thing of that, so you got a hard copy I can pull out and at least look at what you were looking at on the screen. You felt super confident to navigate by that screen, didn't you? And why wouldn't you be super confident to use that piece of paper with that picture? Ah, but now fear creeps in, don't it? See, that's just it. If you've got absolute confidence in what this thing is telling you, then a hard copy should serve just fine. And you should be able to navigate by that. But going to the next step of also understanding a real compass that doesn't require batteries, so that it can keep you from walking in a circle. You should always carry it. Even if I'm going to trust this, I should carry the compass so that I can utilize it to get me out of the trouble. Or, as I did in the last video, navigation with nothing, know how to find general direction so I can get back to my car and get myself out of here. You still box yourself. This series is about stacking up redundant overlaying backup plans to get you out. Number one, I've lost everything I had navigation with nothing. That was last month's. And that taught me how to find my general direction and how to put myself in a box of what is south of me, east, west, north of me, so I can walk back out of here if everything else is lost. One step up, I have a sometimes finicky navigation tool that can be a wonder of technology, but has limitations, so I need to address, just be honest with those limitations. I want to use this, Blackie. Fantastic. Make screenshots, make a hard copy. Carry that in your pack. Carry a battery source to recharge this. If you get out there and you, okay, I'm bringing up, and suddenly the signal's lost, and suddenly it's looking at you like, I tried to navigate one of these things last year when I was coming back from Georgia bushcraft. And I let it take me through all the back roads in back yonder, Georgia. And I'm running along down this highway at 60 miles an hour and life's great, and suddenly it just went beep boop. It lost all signals. And it didn't come back. So I ran 10, 15 more miles expecting it to pop back, and it didn't. So I pulled over and I said, okay, navigate me to this. And it said, no satellites. Guess who hadn't already looked at the map and saw where he was? No, I'm running down the county road it told me to do. And this just thing went. Luckily, I had a map backup over here, and I got years experience with a map. And I figured out where I was and where I needed to go. And I was about 45 minutes later before this thing ever got a signal. Oh, I know where I'm at now. But what if I had come up on, there was 3 county roads I had to turn out there before I got back. Like he would have been lost in deepest, darkest Georgia until he pulled out a map. So back up your electronics with a hard, okay? Have screenshots that I can look at on the phone. Turn those screenshots into a hard copy to carry with me. And familiarize yourself with those before you ever come out. It is the poor woodsman that has an unmarked map. Take your map, if it's a topo map or it's generated by this, and put an arrow here. Okay, this is north. Okay, this is the road. The road just comes into the page and stops, right? You make a mark. That's going to Macon. That's going to such and such. That's going to such and such. So if that's all I had left, I'd at least have a idea. Okay? Use these electronic devices. They are fantastic. I fully agree with that. But they have the 2 Achilles heels. Signal and power. So back up so that when you lose signal and when you lose power, you do have a backup to this that will get you back out. And I'm quite sure that most of you would have no trouble, especially the younger generation, following this where it's telling you follow this trail so far, and it'll say beep, in 300 yards turn left. You should be paying attention, because what if it lost signal and you're walking along Okay, it's 2 miles to my next turn. And I'll walk along. And I'm thinking, any minute now. And I pull it out of my pocket and it says, no signal. And I'm on top of a ridge. Pull out the map. Okay, I was here to here. Okay, trailhead will turn off here. Wait a minute, that was back there. And at the bottom of the hill was that trailhead. You walk by it because it didn't go beep beep, turn in 300. You didn't know. So you need to be the brain here because this is just a stupid mechanical device. It does a fantastic job. But you have to be the one saying, okay, 2 miles. Okay, it's been about 2 miles. Where we at, dude? Okay, we're coming up on it. That's good. Or, wait a minute. Have a backup, see? Always, always, always back up your electronics. That is the way to do it. I want a map and I want a power source to back it up. With those two and a basic, put yourself in the box, you should be fine. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please add some comments and questions down there. I'll be happy to respond to you. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.